Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Divine Feminine Oracle Show. The special tonight is the Libra New Moon. With me to cover all of these amazing topics, of course, is the amazing Julie. You can find her at Maison Jupiter here on YouTube and also on the web at maisonjupiter.com. Julie, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Hey, JC. I'm good. Tired, but good. How are you?
I'm doing well, but there's a problem. I'm missing a Divine Feminine Oracle. Julie, what's happening?
Yeah. Forgot to tell you, but Sophie's on vacation this week, so she'll be taking some little time off, well-deserved time off this week.
Well-deserved time off indeed. My God, her schedule has been so full almost every day, tons of readings every day for months now. I can't possibly imagine how she does it all, but she is a hell of a warrior and a trooper for sure.
Yeah.
So yes, guys, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Please join me and Julie in wishing Sophie a beautiful little mini vacation here this week so she can recharge and come back even stronger for you guys starting next week with her bookings. Julie, tonight's episode, Libra New Moon. How do you want to start?
Well, we'll talk about this special new moon that we're going to have on September 25th, which is in a couple of days, right after the sun moves into the sign of Libra on September 22nd for the fall equinox here in the northern hemisphere. So I saw in the chat a couple people have Libra placements. So this is going to impact you very personally. Well, all of us, because we all have Libra somewhere in our birth charts. So this specific area of our birth chart is getting activated for Libra season. So for example, UJC, your Libra rising, I have my Venus in Libra. So whenever you have a personal planet in Libra or sun, moon, or your rising sign, you're going to feel this season a lot more and you're going to get activated. Well, all of us are getting activated in what we call the relationship and partnership sector. So
okay. Don't go too fast. Before we get into that, of course, we did dive into this quite a bit for the Astro Finance here, the outlook for September 22. There's still a lot there, guys. If you haven't seen this episode, please do go check it out. We go in quite a bit of details for each astrological signs. But before we get into all of that, Julie, there's a comment on screen. Dawn is saying, hey, I'm feeling a little bit nervous here about the financial system, and I keep reminding myself to trust the universe. That's a big part, isn't it? Right now, there's a lot of energies hitting us from space. There's all of this angst and turmoil on the planet, including this non-speech that Putin was supposed to have tonight. Everybody's wondering what the hell's going on there. Is it tomorrow? Is it not happening? But at the same time, yes, Don is right. We kind of have to, at this point of the game, if you've done your work, you kind of have to let the reins go to universe here. It has a bigger plan. How are you navigating with these energies right now, Julie? And what can you say also about trusting universe here moving forward?
Well, I feel like it is one of the last new moon, full moons that we're going to have a lot of free will to really make sure that we're prepared for the changes upon us. So this is more what we call like the free will time of the year. And then as we move into October, we're going to be under the influence of the eclipses, which are more karmic, not so much oriented toward free will, but it's more like the universe is presenting us with opportunities, challenges, changes. So this is going to be the more karmic time of the year around the eclipses. So now I feel like we have to make sure that we're in control of our environment as much as we can. We're prepared. And then I totally agree with Dawn. As we're moving into October, it's going to be more place your trust in the universe, because the free will part of the Libra season will be behind this, I feel. So we always have free will in how we react to changes, of course. But in regards to preparation and making sure we're ready for the changes, I feel like it's this new moon specifically.
Okay. Well, it's always nice to have free will, but then you say it's kind of the last free will for a little while here. Let's put it in context of this great Saturn-Uranus square here. This is maybe the last big fight between the centralized and decentralized power. This is starting, of course, in September, moving all the way here for the next couple of months. And of course, here are the eclipses. Touch on this a little bit here, how this is going to affect us and why you're saying the decisions you're making now in your free will help you navigate this next phase here. How do you address that?
Yeah, so Saturn and Uranus, the square that we're having all of September and all of October, that is felt throughout those months, is impacting us big time, collectively, but also in our personal lives. So it's like a double influence, if you will. And Saturn Uranus is all about this big tension in the world that we're all feeling, I think. Old world versus new world, keeping the status quo versus moving into change, control versus freedom. So it's like this big tug of war that we're feeling. So as we're seeing that unfold in the world, we're also feeling this in our personal lives. So you might come across some challenges. You feel like you can't really move forward as quickly as you would like to regarding some sort of developments in your personal life, but it's normal because Saturn-Uranus is like the big shaker. It wants new foundations that are really built in alignment with you for the future. So yeah, I wrote clash between old world and new world. So we're really seeing that, I think, in the world. But also, don't forget, everything that happens in the collective also happens in our personal lives. So as above, so below, we say in astrology. So every time we have this energy playing out in the world, we also have it inside us. So it's happening for all of us. So we're all
Right.
in the same
Well,
situation.
why don't we do something a little bit different at this point? Usually in the show, we ask Sophie to pull some cards with the general energies of the audience, and we also ask for maybe a template of what is coming up in our readings. So we don't have Sophie today, but what I want to do is ask you, Julie, if you want to pull some cards. Do you have cards close to you now? So,
I do.
okay.
I'm prepared.
Okay, good. Oh man, I thought I was going to catch you by surprise. Okay. Here's what I'd like to do. You talked about this free will. So my question for universe or for the cards would be, okay, how best do I utilize that free will energy right now to set myself up here for this Saturn-Uranus square? What would the cards say to the audience members here on how best to use that free will? What's coming up in cards?
Okay.
Jordan says she's always ready. Yes, of course she's ready.
Except that one time you catch me off guard and I didn't have my cards and I had to run away.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. And somebody else said, "Oh my God, Julie is pretty in pink." Where did that go?
Thank you.
Yes, I agree. Oh, there you go, Carmen. Yes, Carmen, I agree. Beautiful.
I was trying to channel this Libra energy, which is all about Venus, so pastel colors, harmony,
right.
feminine.
Oh, that reminds me, I have a really cool pyramid tonight that is in those themes, and also a candle to give away to the audience. So let's pull the cards first, and then we'll show the audience members the pyramid and the candle that's up for grabs tonight in the PayPal tip jar. Go ahead.
Okay, so you asked, how can we best utilize this free will, right? So funny, I've got this card that I've never pulled before. It says, "I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting." So it's funny because at the same time as we're having this new moon in Libra, Mercury is still retrograde and in conjunction with Venus. So it's all about past actions, going back to fixing things from the past. It says here, righting past wrongs. So it's all about fixing things and making sure the details and everything around you, your environment is organized. The past things that are all like you ended this loop of maybe open karmic loops before you. So it's making sure that everything from the past is settled. And also, I think it talks about forgiveness and making sure that you're at peace with everything that has ended before.
Wow. Okay, that's great advice. It leads me to ask, okay, what's coming in order for that to be more important than usual? I'm not sure I want the answer.
Let's try.
Okay, well, let's pick a second card on then. So what's coming up for us to need to forgive and put everything in order? Why does that need to be done? Curious. A little bit of an echo here.
Okay, so I've pulled the card. You are being initiated. You are being initiated into higher states of consciousness. So it's all about getting back our freedom, sovereignty, and also ending past karmic loops from the past. And because we're about to shift into this higher consciousness, so we have to make sure that some things are really left behind because we're making room for new energy and also room to grow. So
Right.
it's big.
Okay.
And somehow like the financial system is really tied to this issue of ending karmic loops. So that's why I was saying getting back to our own sovereignty and be conscious of our own personal power in regards to value, money, time, energy.
I'm still getting an echo. Can you bring your speaker volume down just a bit?
Okay.
Let me see where my volume is at.
That better?
Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2.
I seem to have lost the echo. Okay, very good. That reminds me, the financial stuff. Lakeside Laura says, like, right, GC? Yeah, exactly. Let me bring this up because in the show last night, I was trying to remember with Janine what date you had mentioned something for silver, and I believe it was one of the eclipses here. So either the October 25th, I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just mentioned here, like all of this karma is also tied to our financial system. We went through these slides here, and we're going to go into more details as we record next week, the Beyond Crypto Woo and the Astro Woo for the month of October. But let's give a sneak peek to the audience here, how silver here is about to transform or get out of the normal, or a big announcement is coming up, value is going to change. Explain that briefly here.
Yeah. Funny because as we're entering into Libra season, the ruler is the planet Venus. And as we're having this eclipse on the 25th of October, so the first eclipse of 2, the planet Venus will be eclipsed also with the sun. So when a planet is being eclipsed, it means for a short period of time, you cannot feel its energy. And Venus is about money in the collective. So this is going to be very interesting. So it's like preparing, as we're preparing with this new moon in Libra, we're preparing for our money, our organization in general, because Mercury is retrograde in Virgo. So it's all about getting our details ready, getting our everything around us, our environment ready, organized. So, and Venus is with Mercury. So it asks us very much also to get our finance together before this big change where Venus is going to be eclipsed with the sun. So it might be something along the lines of the banks cannot function anymore. There's no more money or no more physical money. So something along those lines, like I'm trying to figure out what kind of expression of this archetype it could be, but Venus is going to be eclipsed during this eclipse. So this is going, and also at the same time, the asteroid silver is going to be very much highlighted. So it might be, it might have a lot more value at this point because it's going to be conjuncting Mars and Gemini, which is all about trading value. So maybe at this point, silver is going to be released. So it's going to be a really good asset in order to make trades.
Is the asteroid named Silver here somewhere in this chart? Yeah. Where did I see that? Am I not? Is that the right chart?
Yeah. You're right on it. So it says Mars, ruler of eclipse, conjuncts Silver. So the asteroid Silver and Gemini.
Got you. The asteroid Silver. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why I got confused during the live show last night. I was like, I was sure it was on this slide when she read it the first time. Okay, wow, that's fascinating. Okay, Okay. Guys, if you want to have a little bit more details on all of this, please check out this last episode with Julie and Bix Weir, Silver Suppression Dies with the Queen here, this Astro Woo show on YouTube. Really, really cool stuff we got into. We bridged together a lot of the technical support, the research that Bix is doing with the astrology. And it was absolutely fascinating how a lot of it lined up. And Andy Sheckman also was on the show, and he was like, wow, yeah, we need all of these data points, because clearly just looking at financial data right now, it doesn't make any sense. You can't make heads or tails about what's happening. Okay, so let's go to, yes, before I forget, the beautiful pyramid that is up for grabs for tonight in the PayPal tip jar, and we will be getting to your questions here very shortly. This is the Libra astrology series from Carla, and let's see what she has to say about this amazing, beautiful pyramid.
Carla from Eccentric Organites, and today I have a new piece of a new series that I'm doing with all the astrological signs. So first up is Libra, as Libra season is coming right up. I use colors that enhance Libra and also crystals that help balance and enhance the energies of Libra. So we have blue tiger's eye, lapis lazuli, and ametrine with aluminum metals and the seed of life in silver. This piece is for balance. Ametrine is also known as the stone of balance because it balances the energies of amethyst and citrine. You also have lapis lazuli and blue tiger's eye for wisdom, communication, and the throat chakra. So saying your truth with confidence, integrity, and intuition. I'll give it a quick turnaround so you can see it. And there's a piece for Libra. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I absolutely love that pyramid. That's beautiful. I'm excited about this new series here, and I'm sure the audience will as well. There's a lot of people who connect specifically to, of course, their astrological sign. Having the pyramid with those crystals, echoing those energy, absolutely powerful here if you use them for your meditation, your crystal grids. For your home, for your bedroom, absolutely. So go check it out. If you're looking at getting one of these in your own possessions, you can do so here at ascensionorganites.com. And if you use the coupon code BeyondMystic, you'll get an extra 10% off. Julie, we have a special candle also tonight for this Libra full moon. What are we looking at for tonight?
So we decided to give away one romance candle. So it is infused with carnelian, so red carnelian, which is associated with the sacral chakra, because Libra season will be all about relationships. So this one is really helping with infusing a lot more, let's say, feminine energy, passion, love, even. So so all the crystals that Elena put in the candles are infused at the full moon, and she places intentions for healing, for blessings. So I'll call it all kinds of good energy.
Okay, very good. Alexa Laura, she says, yes, I need a little romance. Don't we all? Julie, guys, you can find that at MaisonJupiter.com, and also there, of course, a coupon code 10%. Beyond Mystic will give you 10% off of the amazing candles by Yoga Elena here on Maison Jupiter. Okay, let me bring the link back down here for the PayPal tip jar. I'll open that up for a second here and see if we can pick up some questions in that. But first, we have a little bit more astrology to go through here in terms of the Libra and full moon. But before I do that, I had a nice comment here. Kim Thomas, yeah, that was a great show. Referring to the show with you and Bix Weir reminded me of the stuff I had forgotten, and I feel much more confident now. That's so true, right? Because you learn all the stuff, and then you're like, okay, I know this, but then you get bombarded by mainstream news and all the propaganda, and you kind of forget. And you start getting nervous. Why did I do that again? Why did I exchange my paper for physical, right? And then you listen to all these facts, you're like, oh, okay, that's why. Yes, thank you, Bix, thank you, Julie, thank you, JC, for reminding us. Yes, it's very important to maybe refresh your knowledge base on why you've made these decisions. And of course, it's always better to be early to the party than one day too late. The one day too late is problematic in terms of sourcing physical silver. That's what we're getting at here in a lot of these shows here.
Yeah, and I totally agree with Kim, because even I make a lot of research on a daily basis for everything that we talk about. But sometimes you need a little push and a little more hope, because things are not changing as fast as we would like to. So listening to Bix for me too, it was very enlightening, and it gave me a lot of hope that the things I'm also seeing on my side are also on his side with the more technical data.
Yeah, no, very good. So, guys, if you are looking to get some silver here while you still can in your own possession, you can do so at beyondmystic.net/silver. These are the special offered to the Beyond Mystic audience here from Miles Franklin. We have the 2022 Silver Britannias at $5.25 over spot, and the new 10-ounce Valcambi silver bars here at $3.59 over spot. And these is the same technology and machinery that produce our silver bars here at Beyond Mystic. Really, really cool stuff. For that, you can pick that up here at the top of the page. There's a special order form. And if you are a Canadian subscriber, you can check out mfbullion.ca for their specials. So they have these 5-ounce silver bars right now at $5.99 Canadian here over spot. And they also have a special on gold this week. Let me see if I can switch the slide here. These are the 1/4-ounce gold maple leaf coins also at 69 premium per coin. Really cool special. So do go and check that out. Okay, Julie, back to the main focus of the show tonight, the Libra new moon. Let me bring up the astrology chart here. So explain to the audience here how is this energy going to manifest for the audience?
Well, so as any new moon, it is a really good moment for setting intentions, manifesting. And Libra, as I said before, is all about relationships and partnerships. So all kinds of interactions between people. So it's a good time to have a new dynamic between two people, or either a relationship or partnership. But as Mercury is still retrograde, I would not advise to start new stuff, but rather maybe fix or perfect already started stuff, things that are already in motion. So you can maybe change the dynamic of it, or maybe add some layers to it, but not totally a new endeavor. And because this new moon opposes almost exactly the planet Jupiter, so Jupiter is called the great benefic in astrology. So even if it's an opposition, it's still a good alignment for this new moon. So positive and auspicious new beginnings in partnerships, contracts, relationships, and everything that is done in partnerships will be very auspicious around this new moon. Because also all month long we'll be into Libra, so Libra season, which is all about asking for help, asking for guidance, getting professional advice, doing things in partnerships, relationships, working on your relationships. So these are all themes that are going to benefit a lot from anything that you will do around those themes. It's a good season also to make compromises. This opposition with Jupiter talks about good fortune. So if you start something, not 100% new thing, but if you, let's say, add a new layer to an already started project around this new moon, it will be a really good auspicious aspect for good fortune. So the only thing that we have to watch for is Jupiter likes to really go big or go home. So let's be careful not to be overly optimistic and not overdo things. So we really have to stay realistic in matters of, is it doable? Is it realistic? So because Jupiter can really go overboard easily. So as long as we stay sort of realistic and centered, I think it's a really good aspect. And at the same time, Venus, which is a ruler of this new moon, will trine Pluto. So that's a really, really good aspect. So Pluto talks about changes. So if you can adapt quickly to fast changes, I think money will flow around this new moon, or abundance in general. So abundance of love, also abundance of healthy relationships, but it's going to ask from you to really be adaptable, because Pluto talks about changing stuff, and also Mercury retrograde wants you to go over stuff and be adaptable again. So this theme of being open to having a change of plans is going to be very important around this new moon, I think. Yeah, I said very positive aspect in regards to change and adaptation. Also, it's a good new moon to find hidden money or find lost things of value, because again, Mercury is going to be retrograde conjuncting Venus. Also, we can talk about maybe for some old work opportunities that are back around this new moon. Also, old lovers, as it is a classic for this Mercury retrograde. Not always a good thing, but it happens a lot. So I do have to mention it. For some other people, it could be news about health that are going to be resurfacing because of this Virgo energy that's very highlighted. And it's a really good time to make changes to work and revenue. So again, this energy of perfecting things, organizing, maybe changing the path a little bit regarding your day-to-day work, your routines. So it's a really good time to go over details and go over things that are not working. So Mercury retrograde is going to bring into the light dysfunctional things. So it's a really good time to fix those things and make sure that you're aligned with what you want for the future. So make changes about revenue, because Venus is into this mix. Revenue, money is going to be a big theme. And lastly, if we regard the Easter time for this new moon, the exact time will be 5:55. So I thought that was very interesting. And 5:55 in classic numerology is all about change. So again, this theme of adaptation to change. So we might see some change in a relationship dynamics, in money. And because it's at 2 degrees, which is a Taurus degree. So money and relationships will be very highlighted at this new moon.
Okay, my first question is, if I'm going to do a meditation here at 5:55 on the 25th of September to manifest abundance, new relationships with money, everything that has to do with finances, and I want to use my triune silver bar here, of course, how would you approach that? What words would you put into the mix here? You talked about the Venus ruler trines Pluto here. How would you use that triune energy with silver here to manifest abundance for yourself, Judy?
Well, that's a good question. Well, first of all, I would ask for changes that are for my highest good. And to make sure, and sometimes I ask the universe to make sure I have the strength in order to cope with all the changes ahead. And sometimes the power you have is your response to those changes. Sometimes the universe is kind of shoving things at you and you don't really have a choice. So your response to it is your choice. So I would ask for changes that are going to benefit your higher self, your highest good, and your reaction to those changes as smoothly as possible.
Okay, well, that's very good. But let's go back to Lisa Laura. Yeah, something to think about. You said news about health, restructuring, make changes, old work opportunities. You said somewhere, okay, very positive aspect. Oh, wait, my cursor here. Very positive aspect in regards to change and adaptation. So that seems to suggest that for the most part, the changes that will be presented to you, if you work with them accordingly and you've done your work, this is a positive change. Even though it might be difficult, it's asking to maybe up your game. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, I forgot to say, but it's one of the best new moons of the year, even though Mercury is retrograde. So it's more like an introverted new moon, I would say, introverted energy because of this Mercury retrograde, but it's very positive. So yes, I totally. And for people that are Libra sun, in the early days of when the sun moves into Libra, so around this new moon, September 22nd, September 25th, you're going to feel this very positively because it's going to influence your whole year of your solar return. So you're going to have this big manifestation energy around money and relationships.
Wow.
Okay, but everyone can use this energy very positively too. So, but the only thing is you got to be open to change and work with it as best as you can.
Right. And that's been the theme this last 2 years. Like, if you hold on to the past now, the past is dead
Yeah.
and buried, and it's breaking. All those structures are breaking. So we're being called to embrace the new here, not hold on too long to the old stuff, and actually create the new stuff. But just going back to the bottom of that chart, that 555, for a lot of people, that's a scary thing. It's a change. Oh my God, it's negative.
Yeah.
But in this particular aspect, the way it's aspected with this Libra new moon, although we are still in the Mercury retrograde, your feeling is this is still in a positive way. Is that correct?
Very, very positive.
Okay.
And I forgot to say too, Libra is all about making decisions. So I feel like this change will have to do with the decisions you're making. Hence why I was talking about free will earlier.
Well,
So it's all about making decisions, making sure you're setting the right elements for the path you're choosing.
Right. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Brit Marit, I think is how you say that. Looking forward to this new moon. Yes, of course. A lot there. So be outside if it's beautiful out. No, the new moon, you don't see it.
New moon, you're not going to see it.
I'm not gonna see it. No, sorry. But you can still be outside and
Yeah.
ground, and especially if you're going to do crystal grids on the earth. That's something to think about for sure. Esmeralda. I love that name. Esmeralda. She says, JC, I got a BeyondMystic bar that I will gift to my son so he can start his own wealth. He's 15 years old. I love that.
That's a great gift.
That's absolutely the way to do it. I started my kids really young. I have 3 girls, of course. So I think one of the first coins I bought them were the Frozen series from Walt Disney.
Wow.
So they were the little princesses and all that. And so, of course, they loved the princess more than they loved the silver at the time. They didn't understand the silver aspect of it. But that's how you get them, slowly but surely. And then they collect coins and bars and stuff like that. So, yes, Esmeralda, very, very good.
And lately it has become too my go-to gift for people around me, close to me, silver. It's like,
you can never fail. Birthday party, anniversary, whatever it is, give a guy silver.
It's a spiritual tool, and also it has value. So I
real
feel
value.
Like it's the best thing.
and this day and age, finding something with real value is harder and harder. And of course, your dollars don't go too far. So yes, silver, very good idea. Okay. So we did the astrology for the Libra new moon. Is there anything else? Did we want to talk about the eclipses again? No, they're there. What else do you want to talk about?
What was I going to? Well, of course, money is going to be a very important theme as we're also preparing for the eclipses. So, but I feel like I think it's Dawn who said that earlier. So once you've done your part of preparation, I think you got to let it go and trust the universe.
Yeah.
And Sophie, and both Jane and Sophie were always picking cards about us being more abundant than before and the change being very positive in the end. So I think it's going to be very positively felt. Well, even if there was going to be maybe a transition phase around those eclipses, I feel like those people who watch your show, I feel like they're prepared. So
no, absolutely. Now's the time to sit back and have a nice glass of Merlot. Maybe.
Why not?
Do you like Merlot? Julie, what kind of wine do you like? Do you drink wine at all?
I'm more into white wine, yeah.
White wine, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Not a big drinker, though.
No.
And I know it's your Venus and Taurus speaking right now because it's so funny. Because I was watching
chocolate, red wine. Yes.
Yes, I was watching videos about Libra and Venus yesterday to get me into this atmosphere of Libra season. And I was thinking about like all the things that you love, wine, food, art. So yes, we're going to be very much under this influence of Venus. So I feel like collectively we're maybe we're entering into a harder phase for humanity in general, but at the same time, it reminds us that we need beauty, we need harmony, we need things that make us happy on a daily basis. So it could be a small thing like a glass of wine, like you said, or a good food.
Belgian chocolate.
What did you say?
Belgian chocolates.
Definitely.
Yes.
And For me, it's like I like to be in a place where it's nicely decorated because my Venus is in Libra. So when everything is balanced and looking good, I feel very at peace. So it brings me a lot of peace.
Yeah. I
So
love the big landscapes, like never-ending landscapes, like even in the desert or a beautiful beach, like
yeah,
just something that just like your eyes go, wow. That
yeah.
really recharges me. Allison, smash the likes, beautiful souls. Yes, please. Thank you, guys. If you like the show, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you're watching on Julie's channel or if you're watching on my channel, please go over to Julie's channel here at Maison Jupiter and hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, also, you can go check out the wares here at MaisonJupiter.com. Julie, while we're here, for the people who want to know a little bit more about how their astrological placements affect their lives, specifically now in this huge transition period we find ourselves in, how can this personalized birth chart help them? What do you have for them on MaisonJupiter.com?
We have this personalized birth chart, which is your own blueprint with your planet placements at birth. So it's like taking a picture of the sky at the moment of your birth. So it's going to influence you for the rest of your life. But also, it's not just a static thing, your birth chart. Parts of it are getting activated as we're moving into those different seasons with the sun, with those astrological transits. So it's really a good tool to know how to use the energies of the sky as best as you can. So
okay,
yeah,
very good.
And with Beyond Mystic, you get 10% off. So don't forget your coupon code.
Okay, very good. And Susie says, I'd love a glass of Zinfandel. Oh my God. I went to this French restaurant a couple of months ago and they had this amazing old world vine Zinfandel. And it was just like, oh, it was one of those restaurants where they give you little samplings with all those little entrees, like I forget what the name of the restaurant was. Anyways, it was absolutely to die for. And when I read that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'd have a glass of that tonight, maybe with a few pieces of cheese or something. That'd be cool. Okay.
Such a Venus and Taurus.
No, not at all. Okay.
Not at all.
Let me open up the PayPal tip jar, get some questions in for you guys here. So let me bring that link back on the live screen here. It says for Julie and Sophie, but of course, Julie's going to do all the heavy lifting here tonight. I had started a first one here. Lisa, Sagittarian. Oh, do you have your software open to change the chart here? Okay. So this question is for Lisa, Sag, Sun, and Scorpio rising. So Sag, Sun, Scorpio rising. Can you please tell me what's coming for me romantically and relationships and business partnerships? Thanks, Julian JC. So let's look at the month of September, I guess, or the Libra season, or how do you want to frame that, for a specific time or just this month? How do you want to go with that?
I'm looking at specifically the new moon in Libra, so September 25th, but it could be a couple of days before and after. So
you want to bring up the chart on your side so the audience can see? You want to do that?
Sure. Let's do that. Just a second. Okay.
Lisa's getting the full special tonight. There you go. Yeah. All right. Let me get this out of the way. There you go. Okay, Lisa.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the astrology. So she's wondering about her love life. Is that it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It started with the love life and then finances. But yeah,
okay.
I think the love life. Go ahead.
Okay, so interesting because this new moon, if you're a Scorpio rising, will fall in your 12th house, which is all about the hidden house. So whenever we have the sun transiting our 12th house, it's not really a time to start new things. It's a time to maybe rest, work behind the scenes, connect spiritually. So I wouldn't say that Libra season is going to be the best season for that. But later, we're going to have eclipses along your relationship axis, which is going to be very interesting. So the first one will be in your 7th house, and then it's going to be in your 1st house. So those eclipses, I think, are going to start major events in your relationship life, because the North Node And the eclipses always follow this line here. So it's going to change according to your rising sign. But here I have Scorpio. But as Scorpio and Taurus, we're going to have eclipses along this axis for a year and a half. So these are the themes that we're all going to have to change. And for you, Lisa, it falls in your relationship axis. So the universe for a year and a half is asking you to change how you connect with people. So, and with Uranus there, you're going to meet new people for sure. So it's all about quick changes. So you might meet someone very Uranus-like, which is, it could be a foreigner, it could be someone that works with energy as an energy healer, or someone that's very eclectic or very different from all the people that you've met before. And also Uranus can talk about someone that's divorced, so I'm mentioning all the options just in case. But it's kind of I'm pretty sure that you're going to meet someone new this year because of this Uranus and North Node in your 7th house. So it could happen very quickly too with Uranus. And I'm just gonna pull some cards to support the astrological chart. Oh yeah. So I see fast movement there. I have the 8 of Wands. So communication, fast movement, someone that's going to try to communicate with you. Oh, wow. And the Wheel of Fortune. So 2 really fast cards for you. So as I was saying, with Uranus is going to happen very soon. And I think it's going to be around the eclipse season, because this talks about karmic energies. And as you can see here, this is the zodiac wheel. So eclipses are the most karmic events in astrology. So around October, November, I'm thinking.
Okay. Wow. Wow, that's a good reading. Okay. A couple more questions here from the PayPal tip jar. I'll start with Maria. I love to watch you guys. My question, how do I know if I have enough silver for me and my family? How do we want to address that?
Well,
just a general oracle card?
I can just ask the cards if she's well prepared.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, that sounds
good. Regarding silver.
Okay. For Maria Quintero, how do I know if I have enough silver for me and my family?
Okay. Okay. So I feel like I have, first of all, the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like she started not so long ago with silver. So I feel like it's pretty recent. And then I have the Devil, which talk about fears, insecurities about money, about not holding enough, and also being chained to this like matrix, extraction matrix. And I feel like she's going to save some more to maybe have some more, because the Knight, it starts a new process. So it's like on the way there. So I feel like she's going to have a little bit more time to save up some more. And I have the Chariot. So this is like the family card too, because it relates to Cancer. So I feel like there's going to be some more, because it's very recent that you just started with silver. But it's more about confidence and dropping those fears from the past with this Devil card.
Okay.
Taking back your abundance mindset.
That's really good. That's great advice. Okay. Lisa from the previous questioner, thank you so much for the reading. Julie, triple hearts. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. Okay. Next question. Laura, Aries Sun and Moon and Leo Rising. So Aries Sun and Leo Rising. Let's see if you can spin the wheel there on your astrological chart. What's to come, please? I love you guys.
What name did you say? Sorry.
Laura.
Laura. Okay, so you said Leo Rising, Aries, Sun and Moon.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so this new moon in Libra is going to fall into your third house. So it's going to be all about communicating. The third house is the communication house, and Libra is the sign of partnerships. So it might also talk about the need to make new agreements or changes to already made agreements with, also it could talk about siblings. Third house talks about neighbors, siblings, friends, and also colleagues in general. So there's some stuff that you will have to revisit around this new moon. And the good thing is that you've got two very powerful planets in the sign of Aries, and we got Jupiter there too in your sign. So this is a really good time to see things from a higher perspective. And the ninth house is the sign, the house, I mean, of blessed manifestation. So anything that you want to manifest into your life around this time is going to have a lot of chances to be to happen into your physical reality. So it's a really good time to ask the universe for what you want and manifest it, visualize it. Also, the ninth house is the house of mentors. So someone or an opportunity might come into your life in the form of a mentor. And this is going to bring you really good opportunities. It could also be business opportunities in the third house. Third house is all about marketing, trades, selling, import, export. So there's good financial opportunities for you. I'm just going to pull cards. So the energy. Okay. Okay. And funny because you have the North Node in your 10th house, and I picked, this card for you, which is the 10 of Wands. So I feel like you've been working a lot and you're kind of tired. You're approaching the end of a cycle, so don't worry. I think it's asking you a lot of strength, and you're strong enough to face like all the challenges that are in your way. But it's like a very important phase in your career, and it's asking you a lot of energy. But I feel like if you pull through with what you need to do, there are really good rewards at the end of the line with this card.
Cool. Okay. Adrienne says, I love your show. Thank you for bringing every week. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Julie, bring up that last card again. The last card you had in the deck.
Last card. This one?
I wanted to know, is that pumpkin spice or cinnamon, the color on your nails? Are you prepping for Halloween?
You just want to look at my nails. I don't know. It's like a fall color.
Yeah, I know. Well, speaking of that, have you decided what costume you're going to wear for our Halloween special?
I might.
You might?
I just don't want to.
There you go, folks. I asked a question, but I didn't get an answer. So we'll leave it at that for now.
I just want to keep it a surprise, you know.
It's going to be a surprise. Okay, very good.
Have you decided?
Yeah, so we were just invited to another Halloween party, Sarah and I. So we had a crazy costume set last year, and so we just spent the last couple of days figuring what we were going to do this year to top it off. And then I'm like, wait, am I going to use that one on my show, or do I do something different? I think I'll do something different for the show, but depending on what you guys do, also I'll try to match the theme here. So you and I are going to have to collude a little bit more for the Halloween. Right. Don says, JC, are you going to dress up as Elvis? Yeah.
That'd be cool.
There'll be no wiggling or jiggling in the house. No. Don. I love that. Okay. The next one is for Shannon. Okay, so let me bring this up. Libra Sun and Scorpio Rising. Wait. Libra Sun, Scorpio Rising, Leo Moon. Okay. Libra Sun, Scorpio Rising.
Oh, so happy birthday to you in advance.
Mm-hmm. And she says, I love your show. And then she's asking specifically about headaches. So she's dealing with some energies here. She says, are my headaches these days world energy? I wake up with a headache daily. I lay on my amethyst, nap. It helps a lot. So what's going
Okay,
on?
I'll pull
for
some
energy?
cards.
Okay.
I'm gonna change deck.
Okay. Susie says JC would make a cute jester, like a court jester, like the fool, the card.
Ah,
Oh, maybe.
yeah.
I could do that with some tight pants. No, what are they called? Leotards. Yeah, leotards. No, I'm not gonna wear leotards.
Not sure about the leotard.
Oh my god, you guys are hilarious.
Okay, I got a card here.
Okay, so headaches, weird energies. She's using amethyst to help. Shannon, what do we have for her?
I'm getting it's the world energies because I've got 2 cards that are relating to moon cards, which is my astrological deck. So I'm okay. I get it. It's because we're having echo. Is that me? I'm just gonna.
Let me mute myself. No, I have a bad connection tonight because of a storm. I'll just mute myself. Keep going.
Okay. Well, the sun and the moon, because the new moon on September 25th is going to fall in your 12th house. So for a whole month, the sun will be transiting your 12th house in Libra because you're a Scorpio rising. So whenever the sun transits your 12th house, you're being very much empathic. So you don't have boundaries to what others are feeling, to what the collective energies are. So you're picking everything up. And it's going to be very hard for you to discern, is this your energy? Is this the energy from the world? But what I'm getting is that you're feeling what everybody else is feeling. So you're kind of feeling this, how did you call that? The dread or like the pre-storm energies, because you're feeling that something big is about to happen. So I don't think it's personal. But I might pick another card for a remedy or something she can do to help. But also, while the sun is transiting your 12th house, rest is like the best thing you can do. Meditation, all the spiritual practices you can do. But whenever the sun transits your 12th house, it asks you to regenerate yourself. So you're going to need a lot of rest. And okay. And also I've got the card of synchronicity. So the universe is trying to speak to you through your dreams because of this 12th house activation, which is also your dreams. So you're like this big antenna during this Libra season, and the universe trying to give you messages through your dreams. So sleep a lot and rest. It's the best advice, I think.
Oops. I was muted there. Wow, that makes a lot of sense, and I think a lot of people will resonate with that last questioner there. Yeah, lots of energies to go through,
and especially if you're watching these shows, there's a great chance you're an empath, like we both are, JC and I. So sometimes it's very hard to discern, like, is it your feelings, is it your emotions, your stress, or are you taking stress from other people and unseen energies? So how do you do it, JC?
How long do you have? Well, yeah. Okay. The short of it is, this got so out of hand maybe 10, 11, maybe 12 years ago now, where the voices were just very loud. The energies were just very loud. I couldn't cope. My antennas were fried. And I was on my second level, I think, Reiki course, just before my master level, I think. And one of my teachers, I was explaining this to her, and she says, "Oh, you haven't found the dial yet." I was like, "What do you mean?" And she basically, in meditation, brought me to find my dial or my volume knob, if you want to call it that. And so in my view, I imagine this huge, let me see if I can get into the screen here, like a 1970s type of receiver amplifier radio, with the wood panels and the chrome, like, like a big ass amplifier. And I found that knob, that volume knob. And once I grabbed for it, and through the meditation technique, I was able to lower the volume. So basically to kind of shut it out when I needed a break. And so when it gets too painful, sometimes these days I go quickly to it. I just look at the knob, I take it down. So you get like almost like a spiritual muscle muscle reflex to doing that.
Yeah.
So that might be a technique that you guys can try. Now, if you guys need to sleep, I always forget to bring this up. Also, my friend Cliff High has this beautiful product here, Pure Sleep. I use it myself. Sarah uses it. This is a really nice concoction here, very natural products. It'll help you sleep, but it doesn't give you that drowsiness in the morning. And there's HGH, also that human growth hormone in there that helps you repair and rebuild while you're sleeping. And so for a lot of us right now, this is very important. Anyways, check it out, purebulk.com, and there you're looking for Pure Sleep. This is the generation 2 of that Cliff High recipe. Really cool stuff. Let me bring the link down in the live chat for you guys as well. And I hope that volume button helps you guys too. It's a really easy practice. The first time you meditate and you actually find it, it should work for you as well.
Yeah,
okay.
And another thing if I can add to that, for me, if I'm in a public setting, usually I tend to not drink alcohol because alcohol dissolves barriers. So for me, I really struggle with keeping my protection bubble. So if I drink with people that are, all sorts of energy, we're all mixed together, I try to not have alcohol. So that's one of my tips.
Oh, and another easy one too, more physical, is a shower. Something about the water for me like cuts out all the frequencies. So I kind of regain my bubble once I take a shower. Some people use smudge. For me, shower works better. I cry whenever an issue moves me. When an issue moves me, don't you mention my crown? Okay.
Yeah, same concept as the shower here. Crying is like letting go a lot of emotions and thoughts and energy. So
Wow, cool. Psycho Seamstress. Thank you, Julie, for the birth chart I ordered. I love it. Great. That's awesome. Again, guys, that's MaisonJupiter.com, and BeyondMystic is the code there for 10% off. So thank you, Psycho Seamstress. Appreciate that. So Julie, we're in 56 minutes. Okay, I have time, I guess, for a few more questions. How's your energy level? Do you want to do a few more? Okay. Jamie, Cancer Sun. Okay, so Jamie put a question in PayPal tip jar, but she forgot to put her astrology, and then she put it in the chart, and I did find it in the live chat. So Cancer Sun and Libra rising. Cancer Sun, Libra rising. Jamie, question. I'm going through a divorce, 4 kids. Husband is an alcoholic. When will my divorce be final, and will I get through this with my kids most of the time? He needs to get help before it's safe to have them. Okay, I understand. She's talking about the custody here. Okay, so when will this settle, and will I have custody most of the time here? Because of course, what she says here, her husband needs help before he can have this kids alone with him. Okay. That's a tough question, tough situation, Jimmy. My heart goes out to you here. So Julie, what do we have in the astrology? Do you also want to pick some oracle cards on that one as well, maybe?
Okay, I'm gonna pull some cards for, first of all, the divorce.
Okay.
So maybe more the timeline and the energies. Okay.
Shannon says, thank you for the last reading. I really helped her out.
Yay. Great. Okay, so first of all, good news. I have the 10 of Wands, which is bearing a lot of responsibilities, a lot of tension, but it's hard because you see like this little character, he struggles. But the good news is that it's the end of a cycle. So it's the end of a cycle of having this big weight on your shoulders. So you're really close to the next chapter. So this ending that you're talking about, so the divorce. And the other good news is that you have the 8 of Wands, which is really quick communication, quick settlement. So yeah. And I'm seeing as maybe an advice from the universe, I have this card, which is the Queen of Cups. So you have to release a lot of emotions. So if you want this to be in your favor, to go in your favor, and to be as quick as you want to be settled, you really need to release and to be able to really be masterful of your emotions. So I feel like it's a key element of your divorce. And also you've got the Strength card. So the universe is like telling you you're really strong and you're going to get through this really well. So these are all really good cards, and I feel like the timing part is very quickly. So maybe I'll pull some cards for the custody situation.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jumped out at you, did it?
Yeah. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is the family card. So don't worry about anything. I think you're going to have everything as like your best possible situation is probably the one you're going to end up with. The 10 of Pentacles is like the best card you could ever pull for this for this question. So good cards for you.
So great cards for Jamie. Okay, Jamie, I hope that helps.
Sending you all our courage and love to go through
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tough situation for sure. And I hope the kids are okay in all of this too. That's the hardest part. Sometimes it's for the kids. Denise Piley. I absolutely love my birth chart. Julie did an amazing job. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Julie, you're amazing. Sparks of light.
You guys are so amazing. Every time I'm here, I'm like, wow, my self-value goes like, whoop.
You get a lot of love. You absolutely do. You and Sophie get a lot of love. Again, guys, yeah, Sophie's on vacation, taking a few days off here from all of the readings she does for you guys here. She's been burning the candle at both ends for the last couple of months here, catching up on all of these amazing readings for you guys. Julie, let me bring that up also here too. I believe Sophie said that when she returns from vacation here, she's going to be adding some of the priority bookings because the main bookings are out now. Explain that to the audience members, what they can expect here.
Yeah, exactly. So for now, she's trying to find a balance between not being overloaded because she sees a lot of people in a day and she always wants like the clients to have the best of her psychic ability. So she doesn't want to have
overload.
She's trying to find a healthy balance in all all of her work and personal time. So I think as of the 1 hour appointments, we're starting to book early November, but she says as she's coming back from vacation at the end of the week, she's going to have more priority bookings, which are 30-minute bookings. So if you have more specific questions, Sophie's very fast. So don't worry, you're going to be able to ask all of your questions in a 30-minute appointment. So she's going to add some probably by the end of the week.
Okay, very good. So folks, again, MaisonJupiter.com, and the 10% off it works for the bookings also, right? Beyond Mystic
for both,
code?
yes, for both 1 hour appointments and 30 minutes also. So Beyond Mystic for 10% off.
And you said you're booking into November for the 1 hour sessions?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you guys want Christmas bookings, might as well do it now here.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
And a lot of people book for their birthday too, so which I think is so cool. If you can book in advance, so you can have a reading for your year ahead or the months ahead. So I think this is a great gift to self.
And Julie, speaking of gift to self for birthdays, aren't you going to be adding some solar return thing? You talked about that a few months ago, but it seems like you're very busy.
Yeah, I do want to add those solar returns. Yes, to Maison Jupiter. It's in the works.
Okay, we'll leave it there, folks. Somebody said, okay, Jamie, wow, you totally put my mind at ease. She says, thank you so much for reading Crying with Joy. Jamie, I'm happy for you. Okay, really cool. Okay, we had one last one. Let's do one last one. Okay, Julie?
Yes.
How about this one? Do I have some astrology? I have a birth date.
Okay.
I don't want to say it out loud. Can I put that for you in the
Well, just give me the day and month, not the year.
Okay, April 12th.
April 12th.
And this is for Angela.
So Aries. Okay.
April 12th. So hi, Julian JC. I don't have the time of my birth, but I do have my birthday. Okay, so I just gave that to you, April 12th. I'm wondering if you may be able to tell me if I'm wise to stay with my current employer, or should I do something different? That's interesting here with this change energy and this free will energy here in the Libra new moon. But let's see how that's going to affect her. So Angela, if she should stay or go with her current employer or do something different.
Okay. Angela. Oh.
And somebody just said, I love the energy in JC's show. Whoever said that, thank you. Oh, this one here, Jordan. Thank you so much. We really work hard at this. And I want to say too, I've said it in a show in the last, like if you're listening to a lot of YouTubers, pay attention to the energy. Are they building the community, or are they destroying other people? There's a big difference there, and I really work hard. Julie works hard. All my guests work hard to really build this community. So Jordan, I really appreciate that comment.
Thank you.
We work really hard at it. Okay, Julie, back to Angela.
Back to Angela.
Yes.
So a card flew out the deck, so the universe wanted to send you a very clear message. I have the Wheel of Fortune. So whenever you pick this card in tarot, the only thing you can be sure of is there's going to be change.
Right.
It's a very simple question.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, I'm referring to here on the card, we see there is a wheel. So this relates to the zodiac wheel in astrology. So it probably talks about, for me, the eclipses again for you, because it's going to be in your financial houses. So the way you make money is going to change. So your revenue also, it's asking you, since the North Node is in your second house of Taurus, it's asking you to be more self-sufficient, more independent, and also be true to your own value. So maybe in your current job, you're feeling like you are giving a lot of energy and time into people that don't really give you this reconnaissance. How would you say that? Well,
you just stumped me. What can I
tell? When I'm speaking English, I have French words, and when I speak French, I have English words. So Mercury retrograde life. But I wanted to say that you're investing a lot, and maybe you're not seeing this investment coming back at you in the form of not enough money or not enough comments from your boss, for example, or value. They're not giving you this value back. So if that's the case, go ahead.
The literal translation to reconnaissance is like acknowledgement. So
and that's a good one.
Taking you at value, recognizing your value, all of it. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. So acknowledgement. So you're not getting this, you're not being recognized for all the energy that you put into your work, probably. So if that's the case, then it has to change, because we're having those eclipses in this energy axis. And in Taurus, which the North Node is in, we're all moving towards a higher expression of those Taurus themes, which is respecting your own value and what you put into the table. So, for example, I used to work in a marketing agency before I was a graphic designer, and I used to work a lot, long hours. I used to help a lot of clients start their business, and at one point I felt really drained because I worked a lot for really not really a high salary. And once I was working for myself, I realized all this energy I gave to this firm, to this company, and they were always giving me this feedback of me not working hard enough or not working enough, and I was like drained. And as soon as I made the transition working for my own, I put the same amount of hours, and the clients were like, wow, thank you for your great work. And I got this, let's say, more of a fair exchange of what I used to give out and what I used to receive. So this is the Taurus Scorpio axis, what you give out in the form of energy, work, time, money, and what you receive, which is Scorpio. So we're changing those parameters.
Really good. Well, Angela, she says, Angie, thank you so much. It helps. Very good. And wait, hold on a second. Mathieu Bélanger, reconnaissance, gratitude. Yeah. Like also the negative of that is like not taking somebody for granted, or the opposite of taking somebody for granted. So acknowledging, their worth to you. Very good. And I think it was Libby. She says,
I love people when they're helping with the words, because sometimes I feel
like those, we are French, and we translate as we go sometimes, and
Well, I'm born with the Mercury retrograde, so whenever I speak French with my friends, I always have English words coming into my head, and I'm trying to find the French equivalent. So I have the problems in both languages.
Very good. Okay, and I wanted to bring this one, Jill. I love you, Julie, Sophie, and JC. Julie did a great job on my birth chart, and I've had 3 readings with Sophie. She's wonderful too. Much love. Wow, thank you so much, Jill.
Thank you, Jill.
Really happy you love the services there to MaisonJupiter.com. Julie, I think we're here for tonight. Why don't we do a last pull here? Maybe for this weekend's energy. Anything else universe wants to share with the audience members? Let's see what we can pull from the Oracle deck here.
So you said for the new moon or the next days? How did you word it?
Let's say this next week's energy until the next show.
Okay.
Because we're back again next Tuesday live with Sophie at 8 o'clock Eastern. And while I'm at it, let me just refresh this while we're pulling some cards here. And cards are falling out of the deck, apparently. Next week, we have my friend Bruce Cesal coming back on the show. We're going to be looking at a lot of the crazy captures he's published recently on the moon. So really cool structures, movements, a lot of cool stuff there. Tomorrow night, also, Joe's coming back for the Wacky Woo. No, actually, that's Thursday night, the Wacky Woo show. And then this Friday, Penny Kelly will be back at 8 o'clock Eastern for a special show here as well. So quite a full week here of amazing deep woo shows, including also our show Wednesday night on pay-per-view with our friend Janine. So please do stay tuned for those shows. So Julie, energy for the next week. What do we have?
Lisa said recognition. That's the word I was looking for.
Recognition, this one. Oh, okay. Yes.
And also recognition, appreciation. Exactly. Thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, so, well, I love this card because it says, create your heaven on earth. So we were talking about making decisions. It's like, I feel like we're making decisions with small stuff, maybe for the next week, but it's going to build like really big structures moving forward. So this is going to make a really big change in the timeline we're choosing for the future. So it's like creating your heaven on earth. It also talks about surrounding yourself with beauty, with things that you love. It's all about the heart chakra. And it says here, think big, there are no limitations. So,
wow. Well, that's exciting. I love that. I'll be definitely using these energies this weekend to try to manifest here moving forward and try to harmonize with those energies. I hope you guys join me in that in your own way at home, for yourself, for your family, for your highest good. It is the time, because there's a saying out there, if you're not moving forward, you're actually moving backwards, because this matrix here is pushing you backwards. So even if you're not moving, you're actually going backwards. So you really need to push that dial forward every day, each and every day, as best you can. That's what it's all about. A beautiful card, Julie. Thank you. Wisdom, Wealth, Crypto. What do I want to say? Somebody said, oh my God, I really like the shows that are coming up. Somebody just said that. And I wanted to bring that up for a reason. I just went off the screen. At any rate, yeah, we're slowly getting back into the saddle of things. We've had, as you know, quite a few disruptions in all of our personal lives here on the show. And, we do our best to continue the shows, but sometimes it's difficult. So yes, we're going back at it. One little thing that's still bugging me, guys, on the pay-per-view server, of course, we've added some shows there because of the recent censorships, and that has caused some issues with the server and the delays in access. And so for the last 2-3 weeks now, I keep working with the tech. This is way above my head at this point. I pay people to try to fix this. And anyways, I think they solved it last week, but there were still a few weird glitches where people had access to the show they hadn't paid, or people who had paid didn't have access to the show. It had nothing to do with our end of the system, but the server at some point, when it gets overloaded, it kind of forgets who's who. So anyways, I'm dealing with that, guys, and hopefully thank you, a big thank you to all of you being patient as we're trying to fix that. But these are growing pains, and in the last couple of weeks, we've seen so many more people come on board and watch a lot of those amazing shows. So really appreciate you guys supporting us there, supporting independent content. Absolutely grateful in my heart. goes to all of you for helping us out there. So please check it out. That's beyondmystic.net. You can, of course, choose a la carte pay-per-view to some of these amazing episodes we've put forward, including this one, probably the most popular show we've ever put out. Absolutely crazy. It kind of broke the system, actually, when it came out. And this show for September 12, the 17th. Wait, hold on. It's not the last one. Let me just re-scroll this one. This one here, the September 19th show as well. Really, really interesting episode. So if you haven't seen that, please do go check it out. And of course, if you keep watching these stuff and you like it, and you like the Astro Woo Finance and the Beyond Crypto Woo, consider maybe the Insider Access Pass, the Binge Janine coupon code. So that's one word, Binge Janine, that will give you 10% off of the Insider Access Pass. I think I have it here somewhere. So I'm just going to put it up on the screen so you guys can do a screen grab. So there you go. Binge Janine here at the bottom. 10% off the Insider Access Pass. So big thank you to all of you joining us here tonight. Please remember to go and subscribe to Julie's channel here at MaisonJupiter.com. And of course, this was the Divine Feminine Oracle Show for the Libra New Moon. Merci beaucoup, Julie. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon, everyone. Au revoir.
Happy New Moon, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.